Welcome to No Smoke TV. Now let's get to it. Today we got my man UNI-G in the building.
Appreciate you having me, man.
Appreciate you being here. I'm gonna let my man talk about his upbringing.
Yeah. I was born and raised in the Boogie Down Bronx right here, Tracy Towers. Born and raised, 31 years now.
Facts.
31 years.
Facts.
And you know, it was interesting growing up in the Bronx. You know, you see things that no kid should see. You know what I'm saying?
Which made you.
Exactly, which made me the person I am today. You know, I feel like honestly we live in an environment where we're all Simbas, we're all little cubs, and then we're forced to be Mufasa before we even ready.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Just from the things we've seen, you know, the people that we see die. I see my first dead body at the age of 10. You know, yeah, age of 10.
Yeah.
Nah, in my high school. 13 years old.
You was living here?
Yeah, I'm still living here though.
You saw it in high school?
Yeah.
I ain't seen no dead body.
That's crazy.
Some boys in the hood type
Yeah, exactly.
No talk, being menace type shit.
Right. It's crazy. So, you know, all of that made me, you know what I'm saying, who I am, but just keep myself grounded, you know, being able to come back to Tracy where there's a, you know, community here, so forth and so on. Exactly, very diverse. You know what I'm saying? Kept me grounded, it kept me humble, it kept me going, you know what I'm saying?
Cool. So how was the upbringing though? Like with the family and everything?
Oh, the family, you know, they never support the music, but you know, it was my sister supported it late when she started, like, nah, he ain't never supported. My brother ain't never supported.
So it's all you.
Yeah, just me. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? You know, all support. You have to push yourself.
Exactly.
In this world.
Right. But
a lot of people don't support, and you gotta support yourself.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? All you have is yourself at the end of the day. Because you know, God didn't give everybody your vision. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta do what you gotta do. But you know, they were there, so it made things easy just because, you know, you had a father there, had a mother there, brother and sister there, but I still had to push on my own, you know what I'm saying?
Got you.
Put the money behind my stuff. You know?
So you're running it up.
To this day, you're like, yo, you trash. To this day, tell me, you know what I'm saying? What is your motivation?
Like, look at my streams. Let's talk about 500,000 streams. Let's talk about that. How you feel about that? How did that gradually work to that? Like, when you first started putting yourself in platforms, what was your streams looking like at that?
Oh, I mean, they were low. You know, what I would say is, when it first started, it was when I single cocoa butter. You know, I want to talk about cocoa butter.
I told you I could bring it up.
It's all good. But cocoa butter was the first joint I had on all streaming platforms. You know, World Star shot the video. It was on a few different websites, so forth and so on. So coming out the gate, my streams were relatively good. You know what I'm saying? And it was authentic back then. YouTube views you was getting paid off YouTube. You didn't have to have this many subscribers, so forth and so on. So I would say coming out the gate, I probably had like 20,000 streams just off cocoa butter.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's nice.
You know what I mean? Especially back then.
That's what made you.
Exactly. Unfortunately. But so then I dropped the album after that called The Commercial, and things really started to pick up. I had Joe Budden on the album, and you know what I'm saying? He came out to the video shoot, came out to the album release party I did in the Q Lounge. So it was like, I always kept the momentum building since the jump. Out the gate, I'm like, we're gonna go hard, you know what I'm saying? And just kept pushing the singles.
That's what's up. Talking about the gap, you saw about the commercial. What made you, what made that gap happen? Because I seen that you had an album coming out in 2012. And now
the homework! You did the homework. I'm just saying though. I feel you. You know what it was? I was working with Atlantic Records on Brown Sugar Studios, and they would just say, like, you know, take your time with pushing a single, because the Dougie prior to it popping, which is why I kind of made cocoa butter, so I was in that mood. I just wanted to have something pop real quick. It took me 5 years before that single popped. So I was almost like, I don't want to wait 5 years, but I don't want to just throw away the single. So I was pushing it. I was doing tours. At the time I was in college, I was doing different colleges, and
what college you went to?
Penn State, Edinburgh.
Nice.
Penn State, Edinburgh. Yeah. So
graduated?
Yeah, I graduated, bachelor's degree.
I went to VSU.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
Didn't graduate.
Oh, okay.
Shout out to VSU.
Okay, you know my sister. That's right. Yeah, that's right. So, all right. So, I was pushing a single cocoa butter for a while. Then I just decided to treat each song on the album almost like a single. So I was pushing the singles on the album for a while. You know what I'm saying? So although it seemed like
because I saw the
gap, right. But I was working on tour in between, doing this.
So what's your next project?
Next project won't come out. I don't got a name for it yet, but I already got the. Yeah, I got it. Exactly, I'm working. You know, I got a few.
You want to tell people you got any special people? Or you want to keep that in the
No, I got you. I'm gonna drop one. I got my son Lupe Fiasco.
Woo! Y'all hear that? Lupe Fiasco, my man's album.
Yeah, you know, Lupe took me on tour for a while. We did Cali together. We did a show in New York. Right before COVID, me and him were supposed to do Africa. We were supposed to go to a few spots in Africa. And yo, the Lupe shows, yo, I cannot explain going from, you know, having most I've had in my show like 200-300. Lupe shows,
What's it looking like?
yo, Lupe has a core fan base, 1,000+ people, and I'm just like,
And you sucking all
I'm
that.
sucking all that in. It's like, and grateful, like, yo, he really wanted to bring me on tour. Like, yo, that's crazy, man. Like, you know what I mean?
That's
Like,
fly. That's fly. It means he's looking at your work. And
yeah,
at your work.
yeah.
That's dope. That's
right.
fucking
And he
dope.
kept me on tour, and
J. Cole.
yeah, I gotta bring J. Cole into this
J. Cole.
next. Right. But you know, the Lupe love is, you know, to this day I got supporters from my Lupe show and so forth and so on.
Nah, that's what's up. That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah,
So you haven't thought of a name for it yet, and
Nah.
you haven't got a date. So what year you think it's coming out? This year, next year?
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna sprinkle some singles this year and see how, you know, the momentum is, see how
Got
it
you,
feels,
got you.
and then I'll probably just drop.
Oh, you gonna hit him with the little appetizer?
Exactly,
Next
exactly.
year you gonna hit him with the
main
got
course,
you,
man.
got you,
Main
got you,
course.
got you, got
So
you.
you know, but you know, shout out to Lupe. You know, he helped the streams go up. You know, the Welcome to My Universe album. Took
Let's talk
my
about Soul New York.
okay, so New York.
Soul New York. I like that track.
Good looking. I dropped that recently. I dropped that I think maybe June, July around there, and it was part of the series I had called New Music Mondays. I wanted to drop a new song and video every week. So I was doing that for a while, just dropping, which Lord knows was part of. But Soul New York was the last.
I'll get to that.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, let's get to it.
Lord knows.
How you feel about that? Cause I love that track.
Thank you, bro.
Yo, it's a real heartful track.
Thank you.
Like it touches you, and it's like a Bone Thugs.
Yeah, Bone Thugs flip. Yeah.
So
Yeah. So I wanted to make that just because I felt like, you know, to reflect the times that we live in. A lot of people losing people during COVID. I know I lost a few people during COVID.
Yeah.
And you know,
troubling time.
yeah, very
Yeah,
troubling.
time.
Right. So I'm like, you know what? I feel like what a lot of people do during these times is just, you know, bask in their sadness. I'm like, you know, I want to give a soundtrack for y'all just to be able to heal, to know that you're not alone, to know that someone's there to relate to you, so forth and so on. So I decided to use the Bone Thugs. I'm gonna say anybody.
Nah, that's dope.
You know what I mean?
That shit was fire.
And, you know, and just throw that out there and just see what, you know, what it did. And it got a great, you know, feedback, the write-ups, you know, so forth and so on. You know?
Got you. Let's talk about that toy drive you just did recently.
The toy drive.
That's
Okay.
your favorite. That's
Thank you.
That was dope. My man did a toy drive for Christmas.
Yeah. I did two. I did two.
You did two?
I did two.
Two.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I did one in the Claremont Community Center, which is one of those.
How was that?
It was beautiful, man. Like, it's one of those, you know, poverty-stricken neighborhoods in the Bronx, and the school district is at its lowest, so forth and so on. So I'm like, you know what? During this COVID times, I just decided to let me just help some families out. Why not? You know, pay my tithes and all that. You know, and what really touched me, bro, is crazy. I'm giving out toys, not really thinking anything of it. You know, I'm just whatever. Just give them out. You know what I mean? And there was this one kid who came and was like, yo, this is all I wanted for my Christmas. And it was a $5 Mr. Potato Head toy.
Wow.
And I'm like, yo, like, it really hit me. Like,
shit.
Like, it really hit me. Like, there's some parents who really can't afford, you know, a $5 Mr. Potato Head.
Crazy.
And it really hit me like, yo, like, there's so many people struggling in this world, so forth and so on.
It's, like, people think the little shit like that, you can make somebody's day.
Exactly.
The little
What?
shit like that. The little shit like that, somebody else unfortunate than you can make their day.
Exactly.
That shit's dope.
To know you can do that to people, that's why I make the music. You know, I don't do it for the look or the streams.
So people can feel that shit.
People can feel like, yo, there's really people out there struggling. There's a lot of people hiding behind a lot of pain too. And I'm not the one to front, and I'm gonna show you what it is. I'm speaking in my music, and I'm gonna speak the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what that toy drive was, and I did one over there, and I'm like, I got
the second one.
I did right in the hood. Right.
Yeah, talk about it. Get in the hood. That's the one.
That's my recount.
I saw it. Did one right in the hood.
Yeah. So I did one right in Tracy. I'm like, you know, if I'm gonna do one in Nova Hug, I do one in the hood I grew up in. You know, and it was beautiful, man. Like, I bought 10 times more toys. I bought dollhouse, skateboards, scooters, basketball, soccer balls, just a plethora of different things. Just,
My man looking out for the community.
Yeah, we need to. Somebody has to. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like we're the forgotten. You know, the kids in the ghetto, kids in the hood, it's like, maybe you know what I mean?
Nah, that's what's up.
Right.
We need people like that.
Yeah.
Nah, you not forgetting about the hood.
Yeah,
coming
exactly.
back, always coming back and get back.
Right.
That's what's up.
And that's what I want to do. You know what I mean?
So, you got any kids? Any special ladies?
Whoa,
like?
no kids.
No kids?
No kids. Thank God I got no kids.
How old are you?
31.
31, no kids. That's what's up. That's up.
31.
Just focusing on you.
Just focusing on me.
No special ladies.
I got a special lady, you know.
I don't want to put you on the spot.
You gonna be I got a special lady, but as far as kids, nah, I'm one of those, like, if I have a child, I feel like I'm gonna devote so much of my energy, mind, soul to it, and I feel like I'm still living in a place where my music is my main, is my child right now. So I will get
I feel you. And you haven't raised that child to it.
Exactly. Once I get that child to where
it needs to be,
then I'll talk about having kids. We can talk about having kids.
But you want kids?
Yeah, for sure.
Got you.
For sure, one day.
No marriage or nothing?
Nah, not right now. I'm Gucci. I'm chilling.
So before we about to wrap it up.
Okay.
So what made you wanna rap though? I just wanna know that.
Okay, so
before we end, like, what made you wanna be UNI-G?
Right.
UNI-G.
That's, you know what? It started off as me just battle rapping at the time in '95 and just playing around with friends and all that. And you know, if you look in my yearbook, you know, I graduated, I was the best freestyle rapper in the yearbook in '95. So I'm like, maybe I could really do something with this. So then that evolved to me going to high school and battle rapping all the time, you know what I'm saying? And then Mr. Biggs of the Soul Sonic Force, old school group, Africa Bambaataa and Soul Sonic Force, they heard me rap one day and they picked me up. It was like,
I remember that shit too.
Yeah. So they picked me up. And it was like, he could really rap, so they brought me to the studio. And I'm around legends, Rick Rubin, who discovered, LL Cool J, all these people, and I'm rapping, and he's really nice. And I decided to bring my team along, and they wasn't feeling the team, but they were feeling me. But eventually I just expanded to, so many things. Pretty much the Cocoa Butters, the Welcome to My Universe album.
Cocoa Butter.
And then the label start calling. I walked into Rock Nation. I walked into Atlantic Records. You know what I'm saying? I walked into these
labels were throwing numbers at him, but he'd rather be independent.
Exactly. And you know what's crazy is I got the most profound advice from Atlantic Records, from all of them, but more so from Atlantic Records, my man Success. He said to me, yo, Uni, real talk, he came out to an album release party I did at the Bronx Museum, had 200-300 people there. It was crazy. And he was like, Uni, I'm being very honest with you. He said, you are doing better than my signed artists. And that really had me like,
cause your ambition and the way you move, like you have that.
Yeah, but it really had me like, yo, my entire life I wanted to be signed. As a kid, it's like, yo, I want to be signed one day. And when I finally get to the label, he said, yo, I'm keeping a stack with you. This ain't what you think. He said, you are doing better than my signed artist.
Basically telling you better off independent. You better off independent.
And that really blew my mind though, bro. I'm like, nah, I don't care. I want to be signed. But I'm like, yo, my shows, I have more people at my shows. My streams are better. I'm doing, and he knew at the time I did Dubai.
Do you think labels are needed though?
Labels aren't needed anymore if you know what you're doing. But it's real hard.
With social media, you could be your own advertiser. You're right. You don't really need the fucking labels.
You don't need the labels. You need their money. But once you find out you can just get an LLC, which is what I did, take out a nice little, credit on your LLC. That's when you start. And then and even more important, which they already have, is the outlets. Who do I give my money to? So now that took me a while to figure out. Like, okay, no, I have to give my money to a PR. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people think I gotta give my money to a PR and a booking agent. I'm thinking, I need a manager. You don't need a manager. You need to
skip that.
Skip that. Get yourself a nice little PR. Get yourself a booking agent. You'll be doing shows over here for $20,000, and people have no idea. You know what I'm saying?
Instead of having the manager take a percentage.
For what? You don't need that. You can have your mans. If you're one of those people who need management, you can have your mans handle.
That's if you're lazy.
Exactly. Lazy. And I'm very far from lazy. I started my clothing line.
You hand everything.
Exactly.
That shit
you know what I'm saying?
Cold
Chili clothing, and this blew up because Sway.
What's the website for that?
IamUNI-G.com.
IamUNI-G.com.
Get some
flavor clothing.
Exactly. So, and the clothing line blew up because Sway in the morning. He started wearing my clothing, and that joint blew up.
That's what blew it up.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So,
that's what it needs too.
And that's what Success was saying.
Love.
Show love. That's it. And that's what he was saying from Atlanta. He's like, yo, you got your clothing line, you got the fan base, you got the streams, you got the shows. He's like, what you need us for? And I'm looking at him like he tried. He must be sipping on this. Like, nah, I'm like, yo, bro, I want.
Nah, he's keeping a buck with you. He's keeping a buck.
And it's so crazy.
Go get your own paper.
You don't need us. You're right. And I never imagined something like, being in that type of predicament, where somebody telling me you don't need us. And I wanted them.
And you wanted their help. You're like, chill.
You good.
Don't do that to yourself.
That was real. You know what I'm saying?
That's
real.
Love right
and that's off. And that was more so off of my second album, Welcome to My Universe, which really changed my, my situation.
Gotcha.
My Swerve was on there. Pablo was on there. My song Sip C was on a few singers, on there that just really, expanded. It blew up. And It took me on tour to Iceland, Dubai.
That's what I was to say. Canada, you went.
Oh yeah,
I went tours that, man.
I went out to Iceland. I did
sold out.
Did a show, interview with Kiss FM out there. It was fire. I went out to Dubai. Sold out. It was, you gotta throw that in. Sold out. Sold out. Right. I did a show with Go Play the World. I did a show in Canada. Sold out. Creative Force did that. I went to Canada twice. I did a show with A Boogie and Tiger. I opened up for both of them, and 10,000 people. You know what I'm saying?
Feel that love.
You feel it's different, and
it's better out there than in
oh yeah, I love New York. I love the States.
Nah, it's so love too, but it's different out there.
Yeah, it's different out there. They appreciate you so much more. It's not about the competition. They just really appreciate your message. Appreciate what you're trying to do.
Appreciate your words.
Your
lyrics, everything. They listen to that. They're not judging you by the beat, by anything else. They listen to what the fuck you say.
That's it. Real talk. It's like they got stuck in the time capsule where it's about the music. I feel like in the States it's about the look. It's about
that's what it is. How many fucking followers you have? Nah, it's about the music. What you actually fucking saying.
And what you represent. You know what I'm saying? And it's beautiful out there.
See my man giving back to communities and shit.
Right.
He represents a lot.
Right,
he represents positivity.
And that's what I'm trying to be, you know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to, touch people's souls, touch people's hearts, and change people's lives with God's words. And, you know what I'm saying?
I see you very spiritual, man.
Yeah, very, very. You know, without God, I'm nothing. Without God, I feel like we all nothing, you know? Like
God first, always.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to align myself correctly, not get caught up into the world, materialistic things, and, just make the music touch people's souls. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where it's at, baby. That's where it's at.
So, and before we end this up, you want to give out your social media?
Let's get it. Yeah. Social media is I am UNI-G. All social media is I am UNI-G. This is yours right here.
My man.
That's yours. I am UNI-G on all social medias. You know what I'm saying? Like, follow me, I follow back.
Facts.
Double tap, I double tap back. All that. You know what I'm saying?
Hold up.
Yeah, get that on.
Hold up.
You can find, let's get it.
My man, clumsy.
You good. You can find all my music on all streaming platforms under UNI-G.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Do that, you know what I'm saying?
Go see that man.
Go see that.
We about to end it off right now. My man UNI-G was in the building.
Yeah.
Spinning that positive and that knowledge.
Yeah.
Check out his album.
Yeah.
It's coming up.
Yep.
Check out stream all his music. Shit fire.
Good looking.
Check out for that Loopy Fiasco. We got so much more coming to you
You already know, there's no Smoke TV. Let's get it.
I'm not trying to take my life for granted, and I know it. This life had my guys dropping dead before the COVID. My God didn't let me down my life, cause I am chosen. I'm thinking about Joe gasping for air when they had thrown him. Hold on. I lost my auntie fofo. Oh Lord, I hope I see again on the crossroads. And they took my other homie from me, oh no. Lord, I hope I see him again on them crossroads. Hey, body, I'm gonna miss everybody. I'm gonna miss everybody, Lord knows. Hey, body, I'm gonna miss everybody. I'll see you again on them crossroads. Lord knows. Too many people dying all around me, I can hold them. All the pain I feel from everything I never told them. Trying not to cry cause I'm a G, I can't control it. God telling me just let it go, my heart is frozen. Hold on, just save us all, we lost souls. Oh Lord, I hope I see him again on the crossroads. This life keep taking people from me, oh no. Oh Lord, I hope I see him all on the crossroads.